There's an interesting flow in this week's parasha. The Torah tells us that when a woman gives birth to a boy, she's tummy for 7 days, and then on the 8th day is the mitzvah of milah. Okay, mitzvah of milah, Tzvi, is discussed where? Much earlier, in Genesis. Parshas Tazriah discusses the mitzvah of milah. Why? Parshas Tazriah. Well, just in case you forgot, we're discussing. You have a male child. She's tummy for 7 days. Okay, and then move on. Yes, the 8th day is the mitzvah of milah. Okay, and if it's a goal, you make a kiddush afterwards. The Torah doesn't discuss that. Well, it doesn't discuss it because it's not a din in the Torah. It's a minhag. I'm not sure where that came from, but it's a separate issue. But it doesn't discuss, that you marry her off later on, whatever it is. You make Shabbat brachas. Yes, that's what happens when you have a boy or girl. The things that happen later on in life. But I'm not sure what the mitzvah of milah has to do on the 8th day is discussed now all of a sudden, mittens written, as they say, in discussing the laws of childbirth.
Mission Gaitrus.
Okay, Tzvi. I still don't know what that means, but whatever that means, I guess that would be applicable over here. Why are we bringing that in? So the answer is very nice. This is a beautiful answer. I saw this. Could be, the flow is as follows. Bichlal, you could ask, why is milah on the 8th day? A lot of answers are given. The boy should go through a Shabbos, Kiddush of Shabbos, to bring that schus to the milah. A lot of answers are given. If you ask a doctor, they'll tell you, scientifically, the boy needs more strength. He doesn't have enough koyach till the 8th day. All that's very nice. But tonight, in Miami Beach, Florida, we're going to learn a nice pshat. That's as follows. The Gemara tells us that the reason why milah is on the 8th day is because if it would be any time earlier, we'd have a problem. We just got through saying the Torah says that the woman is tameh for 7 days. One of the things that it means that she's tameh is that she cannot be with her husband. They cannot be intimate during that period. Till afterwards, till she brings the korban until the tumah passes, and then they can be together. So what would happen, the Gemara says, if the milah would be, let's say, on day 6? The simcha would be marred. I'm not really sure what the Gemara means, because it's a beautiful simcha. The Gemara would say it's marred because the parents get the bill from Chef Aryeh. Whoa, man, $3,000. Whoa. Okay, that I understand. That's not what the Gemara said. The Gemara says there would be a problem because they can't be together, and somehow that would share the simcha of the milah. So you make milah on the 8th day, they can be together, so you have the mitzvah of milah bishleimus because everybody's happy. You don't have the problem of the parents being a little bit marred because they can't be together that night. Okay. But be that as it may, that's what the Gemara says. If anybody has a pshat in the Gemara, a deeper insight as to why their lack of tashmish, I'll say yeshivish, would be a siba to share the simcha, let me know. But for now, that's what the Gemara says. So maybe that's the pshat. The original question was, Tzvi, what was the original question? What's the flow of, again, pardon the pun, of the tumas later for a boy 7 days? The mitzvah of milah on the 8th day. Mitzvah of milah we know was on the 8th day, earlier in the Torah. It even says, now don't tell me that you know that the mitzvah of milah on the 8th day, you learn that from now. No, it even says that on Lech Lecha, that the 8th day. Ben Shmona Yomim, Yimol Kol Zocher. So the pshat is that the Gemara in Nida, this Gemara that I said, is Mamish Merumas, and the source is from over here. The Torah says, Isha Kitzas Rira, and you have a boy, and she's told me for 7 days, you have to throw in, therefore, therefore milah's on the 8th day. Because if it be any day earlier than the 8th day, you would have the problem that the Gemara tells us that the parents were not allowed to be together with each other, and somehow that would share the simcha. That's why the mitzvah of milah is on the 8th day, as opposed to any day earlier. So the mitzvah of milah b'simcha would be b'shleimus, and it would be a complete happiness. Let's be zeicha to do all mitzvahs with a complete simcha. Good Shabbos.